Welcome into NBA Now by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham, and the NBA Combine is in the books. So we're going to take a look at some winners, take a look at some losers. But before we get into that, a couple of notes as we do exit the NBA Combine in Chicago. Now, several of the top prospects didn't necessarily work out, including Chet Holmgren. We'll talk about him a little bit later on, but a lot of them were there hanging out, doing that type of stuff. Of course, the NBA Draft is looming to June 23rd. It'll be here in just over a month. So this was an opportunity for a lot of prospects to further get their name out there, show off for some scouts, for some teams to provide what their games are, and hopefully move up some draft boards. And in some people's cases, they will probably move down some draft boards as well. If you are excited for the NBA Draft, go ahead and like this video. Hit that thumbs up icon. If you're fired up for the draft, we, of course, will cover it here on Chat Sports. We'll be live for all of it and lots of draft coverage between now and then, so be sure to subscribe as well. But like this video if you are excited for the NBA Draft. Okay, let's take a look at some NBA Combine winners. Christian Braun, the guard out of Kansas. I like Christian Braun quite a bit, watched him a lot as he helped them win a national championship this year. Athletic traits on display this week in Chicago. Tested really well. The vertical leap was impressive. That translated to the scrimmages that we saw take place in Chicago as well. He showed off the jump shot, did everything well, had rave reviews coming out of Kansas as a player and a teammate also. I think he only helped himself this week. I think he solidified himself as a first-round pick. Christian Braun having a solid week at the NBA Combine. Let's go to the next player here. That is Terquavion Smith out of North Carolina State, who wasn't really on my radar, I must be honest, heading in to the NBA Combine this week, but tested pretty well, was great in scrimmages, showed off some burst and explosion, some creativity as a guard as well. I think he's going to get into round one of the NBA Draft, and he was probably considered a round two type of guy coming in, but took advantage of the Combine. And this is why, we have these events, right? These Combines, these workouts, these pro days, because we get to see some guys rise and others fall, unfortunately, but you take advantage of the opportunity, and Smith was certainly able to do that this week. Now, who is your favorite prospect in the NBA Draft this year? Favorite guy doesn't have to necessarily be someone who's in the mix for the number one overall pick. I just want to know who your top prospect is, your favorite prospect. Let us know down in the comments. Kenneth Lofton Jr. is a fun player, and he's a big boy. He's thick with 2, maybe even 3 C's, but you know what? He has a good handle. He can really score the basketball. He's confident in his game. I watched a lot of his scrimmage highlights from the Combine this week. I think he made some money. I think Kenneth Lofton is going to surprise some folks how high he could go in this NBA Draft. 6'7", super thick. He can really score around the basket. He's skilled. You look at him and you're like, this guy looks like the class clown, in junior geometry, but then he's hooping, and you're like, damn, he can really score. He can put the ball on the deck. He can shoot from outside. He can do a little bit of everything. I was impressed with what he was able to accomplish. I think he's going to be moving up draft boards very, very soon. Now, be sure to follow us on Rumble as we publish all of our NBA videos over there as well. Exclusive and uncensored NBA content over there, rumble.com/NBA Now. Give us a follow. Help us out. Also, while you're over there on Rumble, you can find out other content creators for sports, news, politics, tech, business, crypto, whatever your flavor is. A lot of good content creators over on Rumble. Rumble.com/NBA Now. Go give us a follow over there. Okay, Jalen Williams, another NBA Combine winner this week, and he was starting to get on people's radars heading into this event out of Santa Clara, and I got to tell you, he did some good things. Here's what Rafael Barlow had to say as he has some connections there at the Combine. Some rumblings from the Combine. He says, quote, Don't be surprised if Jalen Williams ends up as a lottery pick. So he's turning heads. He's interviewing well with teams, doing good things in these scrimmages. And that's, I think, for these small school guys, especially, Santa Clara. We've got a prospect we'll talk about in a minute, Milwaukee. These guys don't play on the brightest stages in college. So you get to these combines, you really have to show out. And looks like Jalen Williams was able to do just that. Now, a guy who played a lot of college basketball at a high-level program, Trevion Williams out of Purdue, who I thought played really well in the NCAA tournament, especially against Texas in the second round. He had a big game there for the Boilermakers. He had a good week. I think he's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, prospects out of all the four-year college players, because we always get caught up, he's 22, he's 23, he's going to slip down my draft boards. And sure, if they're still developing at 22, that's not ideal because they may not be good until they're 24, 25. Williams is pretty developed. He can come in and help a team right away. You think about guys in recent years who have played well after playing multiple years in college. Desmond Bane's a good example. Chandler Parsons several years ago was a 3-4 year college player. He was great in the NBA before he got hurt. You can find good players that spent 3 or 4 seasons at the college level. I think Trevion Williams is going to be an impact player right away in the NBA. Now we'll get to some NBA Combine losers here in just a moment, but hit that subscribe button first here on YouTube if you want the best NBA news and rumors content. We're ramping up our NBA coverage here on the channel, so go ahead and subscribe. We'll have more news, rumors, playoff coverage, probably do some NBA Finals watch parties as well, free agency, and yes, NBA draft videos here on Chat Sports. So go ahead and subscribe right now. Only a couple of Combine losers, because I'll be honest, the coverage of the NBA Combine, it's not like the NFL Combine where you've got, 50 reports on every player every single day. It's less coverage, and a lot of the coverage is the stuff prospects did well, but there were a few things that from a couple players that stood out in a bad way. Patrick Baldwin Jr. out of Milwaukee, again, small school, he did not test well at all. 23.5-inch standing vertical, 26.5-inch max vertical. That shows a very, very poor lack of explosion. That's not ideal. One of the lowest vertical jumps. I think it's the 4th lowest since 2011. That's not good. I think he should stay in school. Prospects have until June 1st to withdraw if they want to. Only spent 1 year at Milwaukee. Could certainly go back, continue to improve on his craft and work on some of those explosive traits a little bit. You can only do so much in that department, but I think he would benefit from another year in college. We'll see what he ends up deciding. Shout out your favorite team. Let us know who it is and if they have a first-round pick as well. Not every team does, so shout out your team in the comments. A couple more here. Blake Wesley out of Notre Dame, who was kind of being heralded as this freak athlete. Tested well, but not nearly as well as expected. I think 35, 36-inch vert, which is still really good, but people were talking about him being north of 40. That did not end up being the case. Didn't do great in some of the other drills either. We'll see what he ends up deciding with his future career, if he wants to stay in the draft or pull out. And then I wanted to mention Chet Holmgren, who didn't work out, didn't do any of the stuff. He's going to be a top 3 pick, probably the number 1 overall pick. But a lot of the top prospects not only didn't work out, but didn't weigh in either, and that includes Holmgren. I want to know how much he weighs. If I'm a team, I want to know if I'm drafting a player that's 175 pounds. I think he's going to be under 200 at his size, which is a little bit concerning. I mean, think of Bol. He hasn't exactly been able to hold up in the NBA. I'm not saying Chet Holmgren is that. He certainly doesn't have the injury history of a Bol, but he is skinny, man. I worry about his long-term ability to be able to bang down low with some guys. Not that that's even his game, but you can't tell me if you're an opposing team and you see Chet Holmgren bringing the ball down that you're not going to body him up, make him, a little bit uncomfortable. It's something that I'm concerned about. I would have liked to see him weigh in, and I think the fact that he didn't, I won't call it a red flag, but I think it's something to consider moving forward here in the pre-NBA draft process. Okay, so let me know. Will Chet Holmgren be the number 1 pick in this year's NBA draft? Simple yes or no answer. So type Y for yes, type in for no. Will Chet Holmgren go number 1 overall? Okay, I appreciate you guys for tuning into today's show. Some combine winners and losers. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, we'll have more NBA coverage coming up between now and the rest of the offseason. YouTube.com/chatsportstv. More news and rumors to come. Like I said, we might do some NBA Finals watch parties, so stay tuned for that as well. I'm Harrison Graham. Be sure to subscribe here on YouTube. Follow us on Rumble, and we'll see you next time here on the channel.